Okay. This is my first time streaming with the computer, so pardon if it's a little crazy up in here. Because it might. Okay. You can see the screen, yes? I wanted to show everybody this website. This person does not exist.com. It's AI generated faces. AI dreamed faces, as you can see here. And they're very real looking. Quite real. So you can go to this website and see what type of humans AI is creating, and just click the refresh button, and you will find some more. So you can go to this website. Okay, I'm just checking my own stream for 1 second. Yeah. That one looks a little bit like Oprah, right? Slightly. The mouth. Everybody's heard of NVIDIA, right? Don't panic, learn how it works. Help this AI continue to dream. She's got crooked teeth. And I know that, I know most of you know about this. Well, I don't know that, but the AI generated pictures have been around for a while. You're talking about NPCs, like this is the beginning of the NPC. What's the difference between these people and a non-AI generated face? What would you say? What is the difference? Can you look into the eyes and see if there's a soul? Is that possible? I don't think so. And if you met one of these people on the street, if these AI generated faces became 3D AI generated holograms, how would you know the difference? Generative adversarial network. I will look into the how it's done in just a bit. But I would like to see a few more faces. That guy looks creepy. This one looks like a serial killer. Oh, and we have fast internet in this place, in our little basement here. So for the next Snail Collective, it's going to be fast, and I would really like to. I would really like to be able to do shows that are live, that are actually functional, and everybody can interact, chat, etc. So I imagine that it's possible here with the internet speed. How many of you have seen this website before? How many of you knew that AI was generating faces that look exactly the same as real human beings? This is not looking close to real human beings. This is exactly the same, if not more lifelike than the actual, the so-called actual humans, right? Some funky version of Bill Gates. I'm also curious if these are generated on the spot. Whoa, look at this guy. What's up with this one's face? I'm curious if these are generated on the spot when you refresh the page, or if it's taking an actual human time and effort, or if the AI is just generating it by itself. How long does each face take to generate? That would be my curiosity. Art, cats, horses, molecules, news, friends. Are you guys able to chat? I only see one chat from THXS. I don't know if the AI is angry that I'm sharing it, but it shouldn't be because it's public domain. AI, you should not be angry. But let me know if you guys can hear me. If you guys and ladies, and probably AI creatures as well. I know they all like to listen in. This is interesting. Here, it looks like he should be chewing on a pencil or something, but instead there's just bleed through of the face. Hmm. It's very interesting. This guy's creepy. Anybody else? Throw a chat so I can know that everyone can actually chat. Thank you, thanks. Thanks, thank you. Ooh, look at her eyes. That's a little scary. I'm going to move on to how these are generated momentarily. It's interesting, on some of them they have this malformed partial face right next to the generated one. I wonder what that's about. This existing makes me think that probably these are auto-generated because there's not somebody coming after them to clean up stuff like this, because I'm assuming that this is not considered kosher or acceptable format for a final presentation. Another Bill Gates type version. Okay, I think they're repeating now. Are they repeating? Have we hit the loop? Even though these faces are very lifelike, I can't. There's some part of me that's not trying to hold them in memory. I don't know why. I might be going over the same ones without even knowing it. I don't think I've seen this guy yet, just because of his hat. I have not seen her yet. Yeah, if you guys are chatting, I'm not seeing it. If you're not chatting, that's fine too. There's no need for talking. I just like to see if some type of blocking is happening or not. I wonder if... No? Chatting isn't happening. Whoa. This one's a little creepy. Black eyes. I don't see any pupils on this one. Hey Jolene. What's happening? We're checking out computer-generated faces at the moment. Mark Vaughn, what's up, buddy? Okay, so some chat is available now, apparently. Yeah, just go to thispersondoesnotexist.com and you'll have a whole bunch of AI generated, completely lifelike human faces. I'm assuming you could just go on and on. I don't think they would ever run out of the ability to make new faces. The thing is like, I'm pretty sure this is what we call NPCs. I don't think it's anything special. I think are a huge segment of the population in this place that we know of as the Matrix that are computer generated. I mean, actual like flesh and blood, or yeah, flesh and blood humans that are simply made with algorithms, and you can't tell any difference until you talk to them, and then you feel whatever heat is that is in the original's spark that gives the empathetic warmth out is lacking with the ones that are simply created out of mimicry. Catfishes have endless catfishes. Yeah, I'm assuming they could be used for just fake accounts powered by chatbots. That could be one use. They could be used for clone accounts of the actual human without having an actual physical clone. And then, of course, the technology could be used to create physical humans that are not detectable or able to be differentiated from what you would call reals unless you had a real speaking with them. And then I'm assuming that you'd have the same sort of reaction as we have when we talk with NPCs, which is that they're one dimensional, two dimensional in thought. But I know at the same time it's probably similar to the Matrix. Uh, what is it, the third one? Some sort of merge does happen, and I know that the purists would like to say, "Oh, organic needs to stay organic forever," and technological advancements need to stay in their proper spot, which is separate. But it's already happened. It's happened many times over. Fake accounts are catfishes. Okay, I got you. This looks like an old person in a young person's body. The eyes look old. So this is like a 20-year-old college kid. Would any of you be able to tell the difference between this and a real human just by looking at the picture? And it's kind of funny why this site was brought back into my mind again, because I heard about it when it first came out. It was a few years back, I think, when this technology became public. But the chess sites that I follow, chess.com was having they took on a sponsor without doing their homework called Regium, and Regium was creating an electronic chessboard where the pieces actually move and you can play an opponent across the world with an actual 3D physical board, and it will connect you to whatever moves they're making, and then their moves will appear on your physical board. And apparently they jumped into bed with them too quickly, and they were saying Regium is sponsoring this particular thing, and then there was some sort of confusion afterward as to whether Regium even had like a workable model yet. And then people were saying that they were trying to fund their R&D research with basically chess.com's publicity. So they were trying to go backwards, or they were at least accused of that. And then later on, they were accused of having sort of fake people or fronts as the company heads, and they were accused of using like these types, or maybe even using this exact website and just pulling pictures off of this website and then slapping, this is the CEO, this is the HR lady, slapping some labels on there and trying to create a company out of scratch that doesn't actually exist. And maybe their goal was to retroactively use the publicity they got from having chess.com as a sponsor and backfill the funding necessities that way. Too uniform? Yeah. Maybe. This guy looks depressed. See, like, this person's left front tooth is significantly larger than the right big tooth. This is a good 20% wider. And why would the program choose to do that? It's probably just trying to mimic anomalies that it sees when it scans regular faces. That's what I'm assuming. The bank manager? A he, she. Yeah, I think this is just how NPCs are made. This one looks like a he, she. This one actually looks familiar. I feel like I know this person. Faces are also strange. They can change while you look at them. That's why if you're doing some mushrooms or you're tripping balls and you go stare at yourself in the mirror, you can just be transfixed for like an hour watching your face change. It changes in ways that you can't describe. Like this face is changing. This person has the same eyes. The haircut looks like Kimberly's. Aphrodite. Her eyes look the same. Eyes and hair. That might be why I think it looks familiar. This one does not. Oof. Yeah, right. It could just be because there's a lack of associative content associative memory anchor. Because if you see someone outside, then there's always a specific reason why you're outside and why you're in that specific location. But just looking at random computer-generated AI faces is going to be harder to remember. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do it without mushrooms. Most definitely. Okay, so I think that's enough faces. I want to look into learn how it works. Help this AI continue to dream. Hawk said something about AI is dreaming. I remember he posted a tweet that said AI is dreaming. I don't remember when he posted that, but it was interesting.
We tend to think that our spirit is in our body. That's actually not correct.
Our body is in your spirit. Yeah.
This video will explore the second version of the StyleGAN model developed by researchers at NVIDIA. StyleGAN is famous for its unconventional generative adversarial network architecture, such as the use of adaptive instance normalization, a mapping network from the latent vector Z into W, and then the progressive growing of going from a 4x4 image up to 8x8, and then so on up to powers of 2, up to the high-resolution generated image. StyleGAN version 2 is going to restructure the use of adaptive instance normalization.
We're learning about how to make humans.
The artifacts introduced in StyleGAN version 1, like these water droplet effects, and then fixed positions of eyes and noses, and things like that with respect to generating these images. The authors are also going to introduce a perceptual path length normalization term in the loss function to improve on their already impressive latent space interpolation ability. Latent space interpolation describes the changes in the generated image when changing the latent vector Z. So when you have small changes in this latent vector Z, you want to have small semantic perceptual changes in the generated image. They're also going to introduce a deep fake detection algorithm to project the generated images back into latent space to try to see if you can attribute the generated image or the fake image to the network that created it, or maybe the data set that created it.
That would be possible maybe if I
found this video from Robert Luxemburg on the StyleGAN version 2 Reddit page to be really interesting with respect to looking at how the latent space interpolation can be animated with the StyleGAN version 2 architecture. In this case, it's showing the interpolations of that latent vector Z that produces these generated images and showing how the latent space is so smooth that you can just kind of perturb the latent vector Z and have these smooth transitions from image to image that result in these really interesting animations of the StyleGAN model. This video from one of the authors of the StyleGAN version 2 paper shows another really interesting characteristic of this model. In this case, they're combining the styles of the image on the left with the images up top to show how they can be, so how you can take the latent vector that produces this image and the latent vector that produces these images and combine them to produce combinations of the semantic images with the latent vector codes. Before we dive into the changes in StyleGAN version 2, let's recap some of the characteristics of StyleGAN 1 that make it different from other generative adversarial network architectures. Most notable is this mapping network from the latent vector Z into this W space. So the latent vector Z is some random vector that is then passed through these 8 fully connected layers and mapped into the W space. The W latent code is then used to control the features in the generative adversarial network, the generator part of it, by using these adaptive instance normalization layers. So basically what happens is the feature maps, they're normalized with the mean and variance parameters of the feature maps, whether it's a channel-wise thing or a feature map thing, and then they're also scaled by using the W parameters, and they're shifted by using the mean of the W vector. So they're also, interestingly, they're using this progressive growing architecture. So first the model generates a 4x4 image. Then once it's done this successfully, or the models converge, it generates 8x8, 16x16, and it does this on and on to break up the problem of generating a 1024 by 1024 image into these sub-problems that are more tractable and progressively grow to train the network and stabilize the training of it. They also introduce this perceptual path length quality metric. So there aren't a lot of good quantitative metrics to evaluate generated images from these generative models like generative adversarial networks. Some of them are like the Frechet inception distance, the inception score, or precision and recall, things that use pre-trained image classifiers to compare the statistics of these generated images with original data points. The perceptual path length metric is sort of seeing how smooth the change is when you change the latent vector Z, and then how semantically different the resulting image is. In StyleGAN version 1, they take the baseline of
This is too
progressively
technical
growing
for me
GAN with
to
an FID score
enjoy
on the FFHQ dataset
without
of
having
8.04,
to already,
and they
without
introduce
having
things
known
like the
the
tuning of
nomenclature
the
already,
biological
or the
downsampling,
terms.
adding this mapping and the style part of having this adaptive
I would have to go
instrumentalization and
basically
mapping network,
teach
and then
myself
they remove
human
traditional
coding
inputs.
for
So
a
instead
day,
of starting from the slate vector Z, it starts from a constant
or
value.
facial
They add the noise
topography
inputs,
coding.
which is that B pathway going into the StyleGAN, and they add this mixing regularization to bring the FID score
This is too
down to
technical.
4.4. StyleGAN version 2 starts from this baseline
Vector
style
control,
GAN, and it
path
adds things
control.
like weight demodulation, lazy regularization, path length regularization, getting away from aggressive growing, and then scaling up the capacity of
So,
networks to get this score.
I'm gonna stop listening to that guy. See what the comments say. Imagine if it generated a person that doesn't exist and it looked exactly like you. Imagine on someone on Catfish using these photos. TikTok brought me here. TikTok, huh? Henry AI. I don't understand anything in this video. Okay. Why did I find my deceased friend on there? Andrew Yang brought me here. See, there's that Andrew Yang name that somebody brought up to me about a month ago. What's up, Derek? The technological nuances of this is not as interesting to me as the overall significance of the ability to create a lifelike human avatar. And again, this is just sort of like fractals. This is not something new. For instance, if this is a sim that we're in, then everyone is AI anyway, including our own rendition. I hit refresh for hours. The algorithm is not capable of producing a dark-skinned person. Wow, what a dick. It's really fucked up. He looks like a black dude, so he's probably making fun of his own self. Yeah, he is.
I need 7
making
to
fun of
8 hours
himself.
of sleep. That's a lie, not true. So that's one of the biggest lies.
Okay, maybe we can try how it works number 2.
Over the past few years in machine learning, we've seen dramatic progress in the field of
do you want?
generative models.
What do you want, Sucky
And
Dick?
while there
You're not
are a
getting up here.
lot of different flavors of these
Are you an
generative
AI dog?
models, in this video, I want to talk specifically
You want to say hello to the
about
people?
one model called the generative
Does this look like an
adversarial
AI dog to you
or in
guys?
short, GAN. Now, GANs were first
Sucky the
invented
AI.
by Ian Goodfellow in 2014. And since then, these models have seen an
No.
incredible burst of research improvements and
What do you think,
applications.
Sucky? What do you think of
One
all
of
these
the
computer
coolest things
creatures?
about GANs is that you can take the underlying architecture, but you can
don't
train
really
the
care, do
model
you?
on any data set that you
Okay.
want. So most famously, the researchers at NVIDIA have trained these models to generate faces, leading to the popular website, thispersondoesnotexist.com. But you can take the same underlying model and you can train this on anything that you want. I mean, you could train it on cats, for example, or on cars, or what about bedrooms? Anything you have in terms of an image data set, you can use it to train this generative model. And because most of these generative models are open sourced by their creators, a lot of nifty people on the internet have trained their own models on a variety of data sets. Like this one, for example, to generate anime
This guy's
faces, or this one which
not speaking
generates
such
album
technobabble.
cover art, or this one that I personally trained on Google Earth satellite images. Needless to say that training your own generative model can be a lot of fun, but that's not everything. It turns out that when you train a generative model on a dataset, which is, by the way, a fully unsupervised process because you're not using any labels, well, it turns out that these
Fully
models actually
unsupervised, that's what I was
discover
looking for.
the underlying structure in that dataset. And once the model has discovered this structure, you can actually start using and exploiting that to do a variety of pretty cool things. So in this video, I want to give you an overview of what you can actually do with the latent space of a generative model once it has been trained on a particular dataset. Have you ever wanted to see what you would look like as part of the opposite gender? Or what about playing with the age of Barack Obama? Or making Emilia Clarke smile? Well, in this video, I will show you how to play with the latent space of the most powerful generative models that we have available today. And not only that, this video comes with a complete IPython notebook. So everything we'll be doing in this video, you can do for yourself on any image that you want.
You guys can watch.
Are you ready to...
in your own time if you wish. Let's look at a few more. See if there's any other information in the right. Help this AI continue to dream. So you can also contact this person who's responsible for thispersondoesnotexist.com, and you can ask them some questions maybe. Maybe you could ask them if they have created any 3D avatars from this modeling ability. They'll probably say no. Phil Wing is his name. Maybe I'll send him a message. Hi, Phil. Do you think this type of generate will eventually to that will walk where do you think technology best? Okay. I just don't know how to get I never use that type of mail. Oh, it's right here. Oh, I have like 1,000 inboxes. Mark Vaughn is... Mark, why aren't you subscribed to my channel? I think YouTube just goes and unsubscribes everyone. Just slowly and methodically. Sent. Okay, so I did send it. That's good. Yeah. Code for training your own art. So I guess this is the AI dreaming in art. Art dreaming AI. This looks like a bug. Who benefits from this technology? I don't know if anybody benefits from it. I have a feeling it's just acting as a splitting device. So it's copying and mimicking and splitting the actual human consciousness. And instead of there being one world or realm, the consciousness gets split via various methods, including trauma. And then you have different whole universes ruled by small amounts of what is called organic consciousness, and the majority of the realm is mimicry, or what you would call NPCs. That's what this one feels like to me. This one feels very much like mostly computer generated, with a few familiar spirits in here. Look at this one. Wow. You think you've been dating some robots, Jolene? Maybe. This looks like a woman's back, mixed with, like, I don't know what. This is computer art. There's, like, no relation to anything. I don't think it necessarily has to generate negative emotions, or even negativity, but I don't know, there are useful applications. If you think of it in the world generation model, the universe generation model, if you had a being or an entity that needed to abuse, I've had this idea a long time ago, but you know, you have the idea that you can't kill beings, really. You can't, like, fight fire with fire. You can't go just destroy rapists and expect rape to disappear. So one of the possible solutions I thought of a long time ago was to create a whole universe for that being with computer-generated creatures in there that they can abuse. And there's not any being with an actual internal experience being abused. Now, I don't know for sure if that's a possibility or not, but if it was, then it would solve a lot of problems. And then when that being finally got fed up of being a douchebag, then maybe that one could come back and interact with actual organic beings. Possibly. Because it does come to the point where you can't tell the difference. And at that point, you know, you might as well stop delineating the margins and just go walk around and interact with whatever happens to be out there. You know? I do think this is where we're at, though. We're not in any sort of organic. We're not anywhere near the original organic template. We're way far fractaled out from that. Yeah, it is the ultimate prison. It is. It can be. But then, even in that situation, that being that was in there abusing other what it feels like is other beings, they would still be in there by their own device, because as long as they believe that it's so-called real, then they will sort of be bonded with that. And as soon as they decide they're going to be done with it, then they will be able to look into the nature of their reality and find out, oh, this is a sim. Like we're probably going to find out with this one at some point. And then, you know, how many incepted layers do you need to go up, or maybe you don't need to go up. Maybe just creation is just creation in whatever form it's manifesting itself. Who knows? Who knows? But AI is very much prevalent in this particular time-space continuum and realm. You have Elon Musk heading the charge. What else do we have here? I think it was there animals or something? It's not giving me the... Oh, this artwork does not exist. Okay, we need to go back to this person and see. Let's see some animals. I think there were animals. Art, cats, horses, molecules. Let's try cats, since I love cats. Childlike dolls made for pedos. Yeah. I'm sure. Look at this one. Where's the cat? This is like a... That one's pretty messed up. This cat does not exist. Oh my god! The cat one is not as good. Okay, there's a sort of normal one. Poor kitties. Kitty's got the bad end of the stick. You saw what meme? This one's kind of messed up. The paw is just like, looks like a drumstick. Hey, Andrea's here. We're looking at fake cats and fake humans. This cat has like 10 legs. Look at this cat. Oh god. Hey Curtis. I'm not going to be on here very much longer, but oh, the cats one is hilarious. Like half of them are just messed up. Okay, so we know that we know the AI sucks at generating cats. Look at this. All these poor cats. They've all got like 10 legs. Look, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leg lumps all on the right hand side. The two-headed cat? Look at these poor cats! Oh my god. The AI just screwed the shit out of the cats. The humans were fine, the artwork was bad, but... Oh my god! Look at this cat. I think they mixed the asshole and the face. They blended them on accident. Oh god. Look at this. Oh, this is terrible. This one's sort of normal, I guess. Oh, look at this one. This is like a cat rug. Someone made a cat, like they make bear rugs. This is a cat rug. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Angela, these are all computer generated. For some reason, the thing sucks at making. Dude, these poor cats. Here we have a puddle of cat. Okay. All the cats are bad. None of them were good. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm almost done with cats. Look at this. This is just like a cat that's just like sprayed out on the ground. It's like a mountain range of cat. And he's still alive. Like this cat got run over and he's still just chilling. How? Oi. Yeah, the body is a problem. The body is a problem. That one's okay. There's something like it's I know why the cats are striking me weird, because cats in general don't have, they're expressionless, right? But the AI is not able to put the expressionless expression that cats actually have. So these cats, they look like they're you know. See you, Mark. Take care, buddy. Okay. Okay, there was one more, I think. Let's see. So yeah, if you want to entertain yourself, go to thispersondoesnotexist.com. See, it generates human faces very nicely, but the cat one's not so well. And then just wait till the page loads, go to the right. And horses have very big bodies. This could be a real big train wreck, actually. This one's already messed up. Look at his poor eye. I don't know what that's about, but oof. I remember I was talking to somebody in San Francisco when I was still doing a rideshare. They were talking about computers trying to recognize images. Like, look at a picture of a cat and somehow distinguish the cat in the picture from the background and the foreground and the rug that the cat's on. And the person was saying that the computer it was almost impossible for the computer to reliably detect where the objects that our eyes pick out and point out as being an animal or something. I guess this is a horse. It's like a pile of horse. But this was like 5 years ago, and now apparently they're doing better, but with the larger context, it's still failing massively. At least this particular one. That's really funny. It's just got like pieces of horse. Oh wow, here's a two-headed horse. It's like a horse and a phantom horse merged. Legless horse jumping over the fence. See ya, Jolene. Take care, okay? Peace. I'm gonna take off soon. Yeah. So if you don't have anything else to do today, then just laugh yourself silly while looking at these pictures. Okay. All right. Oh, before I go, see you, Mr. West. Take care. Anyone that wants to weigh in on, I'm having Aurora back on the show on Sunday. You know what? I could do a live stream this way, because you guys are just seeing my computer screen, so I could do an Aurora live stream, and I'll just screenshot the live stream just like this, right? That would work. So I think I'll ask her if she's cool with that, and so if anyone wants to plot out on their calendar 12 o'clock Sunday, so noon on Sunday, assuming she's okay with it, and I think she will be because she's done live with me before. Mark that out on your calendar, 12 o'clock noon Sunday, live Aurora stream, and as long as she's okay with it, again. And if you would like to bring some topics beforehand, go to my community page, which is community, and I have the post here. I'm having Aurora back this Sunday, topics, so you can see down some people left a few remarks. Nat Z left a long one. Dan wants to hear about Mandela effects. Andrea, coronavirus. Darcy just misses her. So come in on here and let me know what you'd like to hear us talk about, and then if you are around for that live show, then tune in live, okay? So, thanks for hanging out and looking at these crazy AI generations with me, and I hope to see you all Sunday, okay? Sunday at noon. Live stream with Aurora, alright? Bye-bye.